All right, come to your back in a comfortable position, whatever that looks like for you. Start by noticing your breath and all four parts of your breath cycle. As your breath in, the space at the top of your breath. Your long breath out. That pause right at the bottom, just feeling how naturally your breath comes back in. And as you're ready to bring in movement, reach your arms overhead, extend your feet forward. Inhale, stretch and lengthen. And exhale, soften. And again, inhale, stretch, get longer. And exhale, soften. This time, inhale, stretch and lengthen. And your exhale, walk your hands and your feet off to the right, just a few inches, just enough to feel that stretch in your left side. Big breath in. Open mouth. Breath out. On your inhale, make your way back through center. Exhale, walk off to the left. Big breath in. Open mouth. Let it go. Then on your inhale, make your way back through center. And exhale, bend your knees, ground the soles of your feet about mat width. And slowly windshield wiper your knees side to side. The next time that your knees come to the right, pause there. Reach your arms to the back left corner of your mat. Gently press through the inside edge of your left foot, pressing your knee forward. Big breath in. Long breath out. Then inhale, make your way back through center. Exhale, switch your sides. Gently press through the inside edge of your right foot, pressing your knee forward. Big breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Inhale, make your way back through center. Now on your exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Take any intuitive movement here. Rock left and right, circle your knees or your feet. Coming back to center. Extend your feet to the ceiling. Bring your hands behind your legs. Gently draw your straight legs toward you. Big breath in. Hug your legs in a little bit closer. Breathe out. And then reach your hands up for your feet or shins or ankles. Exhale, take a happy baby. Bend your knees to the outsides of your ribcage. Gently ground your shoulder blades here and then push your shins or your feet, whatever you're holding, up into your hands. Notice what happens in the back of your neck and your head. Let everything stay soft except for your outer hips. One more breath and push up. And then exhale, keep the shape, but let everything soften. Maybe scrunch your face to the ceiling a few times. Use that to find softness and contrast through all little muscles of your face. Releasing your jaw, take an open mouth breath in. An open mouth, sigh out. Then release your feet. Bring your knees to a roughly 90-degree angle over your hips. Bring your arms by your sides, somewhere where your shoulders are relatively soft. And then slowly in the air, windshield wiper your knees side to side, but only so far as both shoulders stay grounded. So this rotation is coming from your side body as opposed to from shoulder rotation. And the next time that your knees come to the right, roll all the way onto your right. Stack your left up on top of your right. Keep your hips stacked. Peel open through your left side. And I like to rest my left hand somewhere so that shoulder isn't just hanging. Couple more full breaths here. And then making your way back to center. Switch sides, roll all the way to your left. Stack your right hip. On top of your left, keep your hip stacked. Peel open through your right side. Few more full breaths. And as you're ready, make your way back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. This time rock forward and backward along your spine. Let's make your way through your seat to a tabletop. In your tabletop, take some cat-cow breaths. Inhale your belly to the ground, bring your gaze up. And exhale, round your spine, press up through your mid-upper back. Follow your breath here. And any side to side movements with your hips, your shoulders, your head that feel nourishing to your side body, your low back, your neck. Take a few more full breaths. Work your way back to a neutral spine. And then coming back to neutral. Press up through your mid-upper back as you would in a cat shape. Step your feet back, plank pose. From here, bring your knees back to the ground anytime. Squeeze your legs together, engage your glutes. Actively squeeze your triceps. Breathe, you're here for 10. You've got this. Draw your low belly toward your spine to support your low back so there's no sagging in your low back. Engage your glutes tighter. You're here for another 5. Got this. You're here for 3. Squeeze your legs. Breathe in. Slowly lower to the ground. Breathe out. Soften your feet. Press your feet into the ground. Draw your low belly in to support your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, peel your chest up. Cobra pose. Press your legs down even more intentionally. Squeeze your glutes tighter. Draw your low belly in firmer. Lift your chest up. Breathe in. And exhale. Lower down. Bend your knees. Slide back. Child's pose. And then right away here, separate your hands about shoulder width. Walk your fingers forward till your palms lift. And then press down through the pads of your fingers. Let your head and your neck rest forward. So you're breathing into that space between your shoulder blades. Big breath in. And breathe out. And then soften your palms to the ground. Come forward onto your hands. Breathe in. Curl your toes under downward facing dog. Breathe out. From your dog, inhale, press up high into your toes. And exhale, heels toward the ground. And again, inhale up high into your toes. And exhale, heels toward the ground. And inhale, extend your right leg high. Now on your exhale, step your right foot between your hands, low lunge. Bend into your right knee, dip your hips, breathe in. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Engage your right quad, press through your right heel. So you're using that focus on your quad to help lengthen your hamstring through that reciprocal muscle division. Big breath in. Keep engaging your right quad, keep pressing through your right heel, breathe out. And then flow this a couple of times. Inhale, bend into your right knee. Exhale, straighten and engage your right quad, press through your right foot. Again, inhale, bend into your right knee. Exhale, straighten. Gaze in front of your right toes. Keep pushing through your right foot. Keep engaging your right quad. Float your left leg, standing split. So essentially, same shape you were just in, just tipped forward. Still squaring your hips, so you use your outer right hip to steer your left hip bone down. Let your head and your shoulders hang heavily. Then actively squeeze your standing quad. Press down even more intentionally through your standing foot. One more breath in here. And on your exhale, tuck your left foot behind your right. So forward fold with your feet crossed, right foot somewhere in front of your left. You can always toe heel that right foot forward more. That helps bring the bottoms of your feet entirely to the ground. Nudge your left hip forward, your right hip back to square your hips. Keep your heels on the ground, but inhale, shift your weight to the balls of your feet. And then exhale, squeeze your legs together. No, fold a little bit deeper. Big breath in. Keep squeezing your inner thighs toward each other. Breathe out. And then right foot stays right where it is. Extend your left leg up and back. Steer your left hip bone down. Step back, low lunge. Scrounge your left palm. Extend your right arm to the ceiling. Take a twist. Breathe in. Draw your shoulders back as you breathe out. Press down more intentionally through your right foot. Engage your right quad. Begin to lighten your left fingers. So you're using the strength of your feet and your legs here to support you. Big breath in. And exhale, unwind, quarter turn to the left. Wide-legged forward fold. Spend 5 or 6 full breaths here. Explore whatever movement or stillness feels best to your body in this moment. Wherever you're at, actively press through your feet. Engage your quads. So you're still using that strength in your quads to help lengthen the backs of your legs. Couple more full breaths here. And then on your next exhale, release your hands beneath your shoulders. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. On your exhale, walk your right hand over toward your left side. Press through your feet, engage your quads, bring your left hand to your left hip. Keep your hips square, and then twist to the left. Squeeze your quads tighter, press down even more intentionally through your feet. So this twist is coming from your mid-upper back and it's subtle without pelvic rotation. One more breath in. And exhale, unwind to the top of your space, low lunge. Ground your palms, slide your right foot back to meet your left, plank pose. Stay here or bring your knees to the ground. Either way, bring your forearms to the ground, forearm plank. Level your hips and your shoulders. Press up through your mid-upper back. Squeeze your legs together. And then working into your obliques. Inhale, dip your hips, either way, doesn't matter. Exhale, center. Squeeze your legs, inhale, dip your hips the other way. Exhale, center, shoulders stay square to the ground, inhale, dip. So this twist is coming from your side body, exhale, center. Inhale, dip, other way. Exhale, center, hold, breathe. Press up through your mid-upper back, squeeze your legs. You're here for 5. Squeeze your glutes. You're here for 3. Notice if your fingers are gripping more than is helpful. Breathe in. Lower to the ground. Breathe out. Soften your feet, open your fingers, draw your arms back. Sphinx pose. Press down through your legs. Pull your low belly in tighter to support your lumbar here. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Big breath in. And exhale. Lower down. Then slide your fingers lightly underneath your shoulders. Cobra pose, second time. Press your feet down, engage your legs, engage your glutes. Pull your low belly in to support your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, pull your chest up. Cobra. Squeeze your shoulder blades together even more intentionally. Big breath in. And exhale. Lower down, bend your knees, slide back, child's pose. Big breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Then palm shoulder width as you're ready, come forward onto your hands, breathe in. Curl your toes under downward facing dog, breathe out. From your dog, inhale, press up high into your toes. And exhale, heels toward the ground. Inhale, extend your left leg high. And exhale, step your left foot between your hands, low lunge. Bend into your left knee, dip your hips, breathe in. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Engage your left quad, press through your left heel. Soften your shoulders here. Big breath in. Keep pushing through your left foot, breathe out. Flow this a couple of times. Inhale, bend into your left knee, dip your hips. Exhale, straighten, push through your left foot. Again, inhale, bend into your left knee. Exhale, straighten. And then keep pushing through your left foot, keep engaging your left quad, gaze in front of your left toes, float your right leg, standing split. Use your outer left hip to steer your right hip bone down. Let your upper body hang heavily. Actively squeeze your standing quad, push through your standing foot. Engage your right glute, so that lifted right glute. Extend your right foot up a little bit higher from your glute strength. One more breath in. And on your exhale, tuck your right foot behind your left. So forward fold, feet crossed, left foot is somewhere in front of your right. Nudge your right hip forward, left hip back. Keep your heels on the ground. Inhale, shift your weight to the balls of your feet and then squeeze your legs toward each other, fold. Let your shoulders soften. Big breath in. And it, breathe out. Left foot stays where it is. Extend your right leg up and back. Breathe in. Steer your right hip bone down. Step back, low lunge. Ground your right palm, extend your left arm to the ceiling. Take a twist, breathe in. Now on your exhale, bend a touch deeper into your left knee. Press through your feet. Begin to lighten your right fingers. Actively squeeze your left quad. Big breath in. And exhale, unwind to the right, wide-legged forward fold. Spend another 5 or 6 full breaths here. Take whatever movement or stillness feels best to your body in this moment. And then coming back to center. Release your hands, take a halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, press through your feet, engage your quads, walk your left hand over to your right side. Right hand to your hip, twist to the right. So again, this twist comes from your mid-upper back. Keep pulling your low belly in to support your low back. Press through your feet, engage your quads. Big breath in. And exhale, unwind to the top of your space, low lunge. Ground your palms, slide your left foot back to meet your right plank pose. Hold. Stay on your toes or bring your knees to the ground. Again, working into your obliques, shoulders stay square, this time from your palms. Inhale, dip your hips either way. Shoulders stay square. Exhale, center, squeeze your legs. Inhale, dip the other way. You got it. Exhale, center. Press up through your mid-upper back. Inhale, dip. Exhale, center. You got this. Inhale, dip. Exhale, center, breathe. You're here for 5. You've got this for 4. Big breath in. Bring your knees to the ground anytime. Forearm plank. Level your hips and your shoulders. Press up through your mid-upper back. If you're on your knees, stay right there. If you're on your toes, stay there, or bend and hover your knees. Hips and shoulders level. Without moving your feet, pull your toes in toward your arms. Counter that. Press up through your mid-upper back. Press through your forearms. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your legs. You're here for 5. You've got this. Breathe. 4. Notice your fingers. They're squeezing where they need to. And then lower your knees to the ground if they're lifted. Hold. Press up through your mid-upper back so you're in a forearm plank with your knees grounded. Keep squeezing your legs. Keep drawing your low belly toward your spine. One more breath in. And lower down. Breathe out, soften your feet. Pull your low belly in still to support your back. Lift your chest. Sphinx pose. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Big breath in. And exhale, lower down. Cobra pose, 3rd time. Slide your fingers lightly underneath your shoulders. Press your feet down, engage your legs, pull your low belly toward your spine and lift your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Big breath in. And exhale, lower. And adding this time, airplane pose. Reach your arms back behind you. Seal up your legs using the strength from the tops of your inner thighs. Draw your low belly in to support your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift your chest, push through your palms. Squeeze your legs together, lift your legs up. Engage your glutes. Pull your low belly toward your spine tighter, lift up higher, keep pushing through your hands. Squeeze your legs together tighter, lift your quads up. Now fly your arms. Squeeze your triceps, actively reach through your fingers. Low belly toward your spine. Squeeze your inner thighs toward each other. Big breath in. Exhale, lower down. Bend your knees, slide back, child's pose. Big breath in. Open mouth. Let it go. And then separate your hands shoulder width. Come forward onto your palms. Breathe in. Curl your toes under. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. From your dog, inhale, press up high into your toes. Exhale, heels toward the ground. Inhale, extend your right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands, low lunge. Press into both feet. Come on up. Crescent lunge. Nudge your left hip forward to square your hips forward. Big breath in. On your exhale, pull your low belly and reach up. Take a tiny back bend. So this bend is coming from your mid-upper back. Reach high, breathe in. Without momentum, airplane pose. Fly your arms. Float your left leg. Use your outer right hip to steer your left hip bone down. Engage your left glute. Lift your left leg up higher. So we just did this on the ground. Pull your low belly toward your spine, so still minimal arch coming from your low back. Make your arms intentional. Reach through your fingers. Squeeze your triceps. And then from here, we're going to come to a flying squat shape. So bend into your right knee. Tuck your left knee behind your right calf. Your arms can stay flying. Of course, you can always release your fingers to the ground or to a block. Breathe. Actively squeeze your right quad and glute. Big breath in. You got this. Breathe out. Lengthen back out, airplane pose. Hold. Slowly step back, crescent lunge. Big breath in. Upright twist. Left arm forward. Right arm back. This time, exalted warrior. Drop your right arm back and reach your left arm up. Breathe in. Breathe into this space in your left side body. Hold on to it. Twisting lunge. Bring your left hand to the ground. Breathe in, and this time, horizon lunge. Drop the outside edges of your feet to the ground. Press your hips to the ceiling so both sets of toes point to the right. Squeeze your inner thighs together so you're breathing into your right IT band. Big breath in. And exhale, unwind, quarter turn to the left. Wide-legged forward fold. Big breath in. Breathe out. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, keep your hips where they're at. Walk your right hand over to your left side. Inhale, twist to the left. Squeeze your quads, breathe in. Exhale, unwind top of your space. Low lunge. Ground your palms. This time, shift your weight to your left foot. 3-leg down dog, right leg up and back. Breathe in. Bend in scorpion as you breathe out. Bend your right knee, stack your right hip on top of your left. Engage your right glute to lift your hip up higher. Big breath in. And on your exhale, tuck your right knee in toward your nose. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Press up through your mid-upper back. Breathe in. Hug your right knee in tighter to your chest. Breathe out. 3-leg plank. Breathe in. Stay right here, or bring your right foot to the ground, or bring your knees to the ground, or bend your elbows partway down. Engage your right glute. If that leg is lifted, lift your right leg up higher from your glute strength. Pull your low belly in, supporting minimal arch in your low back. One more breath in. Come to meet plank pose. Breathe out. Big breath in. Slowly lower to the ground. Breathe out. It's time taking a shoulder stretch. Connect your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers, hook your thumbs, hold onto a strap. Any connection. Seal up your legs using the strength from the tops of your inner thighs. Pull your low belly toward your spine to support your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Inhale, lift your chest. And then squeeze your legs together. Next inhale, lift your legs up. Engage your glutes. Pull your low belly in tighter. Lift your chest up, squeeze your triceps. Breathe in. Exhale. Lower down, release your hands, bend your knees, slide back, child's pose. Big breath in. Open mouth. Let it go. Then hands separate shoulder width. Come forward onto your palms. Breathe in. Curl your toes into your downward facing dog. Breathe out. From your dog, inhale, press up high into your toes. Exhale, heels toward the ground. Inhale, extend your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Press into both feet. Come on up. Crescent lunge. Square your hips. Reach up. Pull your low belly in to support minimal arch in your low back. Take a tiny back bend from your mid-upper back. And then reach high, breathe in without momentum, airplane pose. So find this lift by pushing down through your left foot. Use your outer left hip, steer your right hip bone down. Engage your right glute, lift your leg up higher. Make your arms intentional. Reach through your fingers, squeeze your triceps. Breathe in. Exhale that one-time flying squat. So tuck your right knee behind your left calf. Your arms can stay flying. Of course, fingers can always come to the ground or to a block. Actively squeeze your left quad and glute. And then slowly push through your left foot. Lengthen back up, airplane pose. Step back, crescent lunge. Square your hips forward, breathe in. Then exhale, upright twist, right arm forward, left arm back. So this twist again is coming from your torso, hips still square. Exalted warrior, drop your left arm back, reach your right arm up. Breathe into your right side body. Maintain that space, and then twisting lunge. Bring your right palm to the ground, left arm toward the ceiling, and then right away, horizon lunge. Drop the outside edges of your feet to the ground, so toes point to the left. Press through your right hand, press your hips up, squeeze your inner thighs toward each other. Breathing right into your left IT band. Big breath in. And exhale, unwind, quarter turn to the right, wide-legged forward fold. Couple breaths here in this wide-legged forward fold. And then coming back to center. Release your hands beneath your shoulders. Take a halfway lift. Breathe in. Hips stay square. Exhale, walk your left hand over to your right side. And then inhale, twist to the right from your mid-upper back. Big breath in. And exhale, unwind, top of your space, low lunge. Ground your palms, shift your weight to your right foot, three-leg down dog, left leg up and back. Bend in scorpion, breathe out. Engage your left glute, lift your hip up, breathe in. Exhale, tuck your left knee in toward your nose, stack your shoulders over your wrists. Press up through your mid-upper back. Hug your left knee in tighter. Then here are the options, three-leg plank, or foot to the ground, or right knee to the ground. Engage your left glute, lift your left leg up higher. From your glute strength, so whether you're on your right toe or your right knee, draw your low belly up and in, breathe in. On your exhale, come back to meet plank pose. Oh, I forgot something. Stay here, maybe bend your elbows back. Breathe, big breath in. Breathe out. Push up, then slowly lower to the ground. It's time to reach your hands back behind you, connect them again. Gonna add in a hamstring strengthener. Bend both knees, bring your heels to the outsides of your glutes. Draw your low belly in to support your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift your chest. And on your exhale, use your hamstrings, hug your heels toward the outsides of your glutes. Draw your low belly toward your spine tighter as you lift up your chest. Maybe begin to lift your quads, hug your heels and tighter. Notice your arms, make them intentional. Squeeze your triceps. You got this, breathe in. And exhale. Lower down, unwind your hands, bend your knees, side back, child's pose. Big breath in. Open mouth, let it go. And then separate your hands, shoulder width. Come forward onto your palms, breathe in. Curl your toes under, downward facing dog. Breathe out. From your dog, inhale, press up high into your toes. Exhale, heels toward the ground. Inhale, extend your right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. It's time to bring your left heel to the ground, toes out at an angle. Come on up, warrior one. Square your hips. And then wrap your left arm underneath your right. Reach for your opposite palms or shoulders, doesn't matter. Lift your elbows up shoulder height. Press your arms forward so you're breathing into that space between your shoulder blades. Bend deeper into your right knee. And then without pushing off your left foot, push through your right leg, engage your right quad. Float your left leg up. And then wrap your left leg around your right, eagle pose. Squeeze the tops of your inner thighs together. So your legs can be wrapped, not that way, wrapped twice or once, or you can be in more of a figure for a shape, left ankle over your quad. If the tops of your inner thighs are touching, squeeze them together. Regardless, lift your elbows up, push your arms forward. So you're breathing into that space between your shoulder blades. Bend a little bit deeper into your right knee. Actively squeeze your standing right quad. And then take your time. Unwind, standing knee raise. Breathe in. Extend your left foot forward. Breathe out. Push through both feet. Engage your left quad. Lift it up a little bit higher. Notice if you're leaning back, reach straight up. Upright twist, right arm forward, left arm back. And then really slowly, we're gonna step this back, warrior two. Step your left foot back. Adjust your feet here, so right toes point forward, left toes roughly to the side. Reverse your warrior. Hold. Straighten out your right leg here. Press your feet into the ground, squeeze your quads. Triangle pose. So as before, you're pressing through your feet, engaging your quads. You have full extension through your right knee with strength around that joint so it's not just locked out. Use your outer right hip strength to feel as though you're peeling open through your whole left side. Press down even more intentionally through your feet. Take your time. Reverse your warrior. Hold, breathe out. Keep space in your right side body. Extended side angle. So bring your right arm somewhere in front of your right leg. Find the depth of this pose by bending deeper into your right knee. And then bring your gaze in front of your right toes. We're going to take a stacked hip entry into half moon, meaning left hip stays stacked on top of your right. Shift weight to your right foot. Float your left leg. Your right hand can come to a block. It can come to a hover. It can come to the ground. Any variation within this left arm. So it can be reaching up. It can be a half bind. It can be resting on your hip. Engage your left glute. Lift your left leg up. Actively push through your right foot so you have space in your right hip crease. And then using your outer right hip, steer your left hip bone down. Breathe in. And come to a squat. Tuck your left knee behind your right calf. Shift weight back to your right heel. Actively squeeze your right quad. Got it. Inhale, lengthen out. Square your hips. Breathe out. Hips stay square. Left hand stays where it is. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Maybe reach your right arm to the ceiling. Revolve your half moon. So hips are square. This twist is coming from your mid upper back. Engage your left glute to lift your left leg up. And then really slowly bend into your right knee, land back, twisting lunge. Breathe in. Right away, horizon lunge. Drop the outside edges of your feet to the ground. Toes to the right. Then a couple options here. Either side plank, slide your right leg back, or gate pose, left knee to the ground, slide your right leg back. Either way, press through your left hand. Press your hips up. Breathe. You're here for 3. You got this. You're here for 2. Big breath in. On your exhale, take your time. Slide your right forearm underneath. You're coming to a forearm side plank, so you're on your right forearm. Always have the option of bringing your right knee to the ground. Press your hips up. Breathe. Maybe float that left leg that was just floating in your half moon. You're here for 3. You got this for 2. Breathe in. You're going to lead with your left hand. Exhale, press back up. Plank pose. And slowly lower to the ground. Bend your knee side back, child's pose. Big breath in. Open mouth. Let it go. And then separate your hands shoulder width. Come forward onto your palms. Breathe in. Curl your toes under downward facing dog. Breathe out. From your dog, inhale, press up high into your toes. Exhale, heels toward the ground. Inhale, extend your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands, low lunge. Bring your right heel to the ground, toes at an angle. Press into both feet. Come on up, warrior 1. Nudge your right hip forward, so you're squaring your hips. And then wrap your right arm underneath your left. Reach for palms or shoulders. Lift your elbows up, press your arms forward. Bend deeper into your left knee, and then keeping that pushing down through your left foot, float your right leg up, standing knee raise. And then eagle pose. So right leg comes somewhere on top of your left. Bend deeper into your left knee. Actively squeeze your left quad. Keep reaching your elbows up, pushing your arms forward. Big breath in. You got this. Breathe out. Take your time. Unwind, standing knee raise. Tap your right foot to the ground anytime. And then extend your right foot forward. So reach through both feet. Engage both quads. Upright twist, left arm forward, right arm back. And then really slowly keep that length in your side body. Step back. Warrior 2. So left toes point forward. Right toes roughly to the side. Reverse to your warrior. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Keep the space in your left side. Straighten your left leg. Adjust your feet for triangle. For me, that means bringing my feet in maybe an inch closer to each other. And then triangle pose. Actively press through your feet. Engage your quads. So I bring my feet maybe that inch or so closer to each other before coming into triangle, because it's that tiny bit closer between my feet that allows me to really push through both feet and engage my quads with straight legs. If they're a little bit further apart, for me, it feels like my knee is going to hyperextend in order to push down with that much length. Couple more breaths here. Reverse your warrior. Hold, keep space in your left side. Extended to side angle. Left arm somewhere in front of your left leg. Peel open through your right side. Bend deeper into your left knee. And then gaze in front of your left toes. Push through your left foot without pushing off your right foot. Float your right leg. So you're coming into your half moon. You can always bring that right hand to the ground and then come back into this. Use your outer left hip to peel open through your right side. Engage your right glute, lift your right leg up. Keep breathing. And then still using your outer left hip, this time steer your right hip bone down. Right fingers can come to the ground. Take a squat, tuck your right knee behind your left calf. Left knee is bent. Actively squeeze your left quad. And then inhale, lengthen through both legs. Square your hips as you breathe out. Right finger stay, so hips square, and then you're adding in that twist, left hand, left hip. Maybe extend your hand to the ceiling. But hips are square, this twist is coming from your mid-upper back as it did before. Engage your right glute, lift your leg up. And then slowly bend into your left knee, land back, twisting lunge. Right away, horizon lunge. Drop the outside edges of your feet to the ground. Press your hips up and then press through your right hand. Side plank or gate pose. Bring your right knee to the ground for your gate. Push your hips up. Squeeze both triceps. You're here for 3. You got this. For 2. Big breath in. Exhale. Slide your left forearm underneath. Forearm side plank. You can always bring your left knee to the ground. Breathe. Stay right here. Maybe play with floating that same right leg that was just lifted in your half moon. One more breath in, and then on your exhale, lead with your right hand. Press back up, plank pose. Slowly lower to the ground. Bend your knees, side back, child's pose. Big breath in. Open mouth, let it go. And then separate your hands shoulder width. Come forward on your palms, breathe in. Curl your toes under downward facing dog. Walk your hands back, your feet forward, meet forward fold, middle of your space. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Sink your hips back. Reach your arms forward, chair pose. Squeeze your inner thighs together or toward each other. Sink your hips down and back, and then lean the fly drinking bird. Fly your arms. If your ankle support coming onto your toes, come onto your toes. Arms intentional. If you're on your toes, stay there. Bring your fingers to graze your mat. Rise to standing on your toes. Take your time. And then exhale. Heels to the ground. Take that little back bend. Reach high, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then tree pose. Standing on whatever leg first, doesn't matter. Opposite foot comes to the inside of your leg. Anywhere could be grounded with toes for balance, just preferably not on your knee, so there's not lateral pressure on your knee. Any adjustment within your arms, so upper tree limbs are in whatever shape. Come back to noticing your breath, especially that space at the top of your breath. Your breath out. You can stay right here. Maybe focus on one, not maybe, definitely focus on one point in front of you, preferably one that's not moving. Maybe continue to see that point in your mind's eyes as you begin to close your eyes. When you close your eyes, if you do, keep noticing your breath. Knowing the worst thing that happens is you lower your foot to the ground and come back into this. One more breath in here. And exhale, lower down. Pedal out your heels, roll your shoulders out, shake it out. And then tree pose, other side. So standing on your opposite leg, come right into it. Any variation within your legs doesn't need to be the same as the other side. We're not symmetrical, anybody. Any variation within your arms. Notice your breath. Eyes open, or maybe begin to close them. Either way, notice your breath. I notice that when I close my eyes, because it's hard for me to balance, I tend to hold my breath in, and it really doesn't help. I've tried. Few more full breaths here. My eyes closed equals it's a blustery day in the forest. The trees are moving. Your next exhale, release your tree. Shake it out. And inhale, sweep your arms up. Take a back bend, breathe out. Reach high, breathe in. Dive to the ground, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, squat down, bring your sit bones to the ground, come to your back. Hug your knees into your chest. And then do a tiny bit of belly up core work. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Head stays light in your hands, so you're not using your hands to pull on your neck. Hands are just there for support, but not for pulling. Bring your knees to roughly a 90-degree angle over your hips. On your inhale, extend your legs out. Maybe tap your heels toward or to the ground. Exhale, contract. Your upper body can stay on the ground or it can lift up, but without pulling in your head. Inhale, open up. Exhale, contract. Inhale, open up. As you open up, pull your low spine, exhale, contract toward the ground. So follow your breath here and open your legs up only so far as your low spine stays connected to the ground. So there isn't a lot of pulling on your low back when you add load by extending your legs out. Squeeze your legs together. Couple more here. After your next one, come back to meet at center. Pause. Take any intuitive movement here. Then working into your obliques. We're going to do opposite elbow to knee. Breathe in. Exhale. Opposite elbow to knee. Extend that leg out. Other leg out. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch your sides. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. So you're using your obliques to find that twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, follow your breath. Head is light in your hands. That extending leg, really push your foot away from you. Squeeze your quad. Then as you lift your chest up, twist just a tiny bit more toward the side. So you're really bringing your elbow and your chest up toward your knee as opposed to your knee all the way back in to meet your torso. Head light in your hands. Come back to center. Pause. Breathe, big breath in. Breathe out. We're going to do one more set of those obliques, but eliminating that middle step. So it's going to be side, right away, side, side. Follow your breath. Head light in your hands. Really extend through that extending leg. Engage your quads. Minimal momentum here. You're here for another 5. You're here for 3. And done. Release your hands. Bring your feet to the ground, hip width. Bring your fingers to graze your heels. Press your feet and your arms down. Lift your hips, bridge. Engage your glutes as you lift your hips up. Without moving your feet, pull your heels toward your arms to use your hamstrings. And then on your next exhale, slowly lower to the ground. Actually, let's toe heel your feet to the edges of your mat. Windshield wiper your knees side to side a couple of times. Come back to center. Cross your right ankle over your left quad. Gently draw your legs toward you, reverse pigeon. Shoulders soft. So let your legs melt toward you as opposed to using your arm strength to really pull them in. Few more full breaths here. Then release your hands, unwind your legs, bring your knees back to that roughly 90-degree angle over your hips. Roll all the way to your left, right where we started, right hip on top of your left. Keep your hips stacked, peel open. Only so far as your hips stay stacked, so you're breathing right into your mid-upper back that we've been twisting. And then as you're ready, make your way back to center. Switch your sides, left ankle over your right quad. Reverse pigeon, gently draw your legs toward you. Few more full breaths here. And then as you're ready, unwind your legs. Knees to that roughly 90-degree angle as you roll all the way to your right. Stack. Left hip on top of your right. Keep your hips stacked, peel open. through your left side. Notice your breath out. And as you're ready, make your way back to center. Hug your knees in. Take any intuitive movement here. Then lower your feet to the ground. Let your feet come together. Your knees fall out wide. That butterfly shape. Let your shoulders and your arms soften. On your inhale, press the bottoms of your feet into each other. Engage your glutes. Exhale, soften. Again, inhale, press your feet together. Engage your glutes. Exhale, soften. One more time here. Inhale, press your feet, engage your glutes. And on your exhale, soften into your Shavasana, whatever final shape of class feels most restful to you. As you come back to noticing your breath, notice the points where your body meets your mat and the ground beneath you. And as you breathe in, breathe into those points of connection. As you breathe out with the intention of softening around those points. So you're celebrating your taking up of space, being that little bit more grounded. Thank you so much for sharing your practice and letting me share that with you. Namaste.